Hi, it's Hira here, and today we are going to do a session on interview questions. So I am going to try and demystify this process for you guys. Essentially, there are three main types of questions. There are general format interview questions, there are technical questions, and then there are behavioral questions. So the general format questions are pretty much the ones I think you are probably the most used to seeing. Okay, so tell me about yourself, tell me about your background, walk me through your resume. They might point to something in your resume and say, tell me about this job post-college, what did you do there? What about this job is it that attracts you? Tell us a little bit about why you think you're a good fit. What are your strengths and weaknesses? Okay, so these are general interview questions, and it's pretty much what everybody thinks of when they think of regular interviews. Then there are technical questions. Now, these are questions that are specific to the type of role that you're interviewing for, as well as to the industry. Okay, so they are trying to test your technical knowledge, your expertise in a particular subject matter. So let's say, for example, you were going for a corporate finance interview or an internal finance role. They might ask something like, what is working capital? Give us a definition of goodwill. If I bought a piece of equipment, walk me through the impact of that action on the balance sheet, the income statement, and the cash flow statement. So stuff like this, okay? If it was a marketing role, it would be a completely different set of questions, and they might ask you stuff about product launches and say, well, we're about to launch this new product, this pen. What are the main components of a marketing plan? So something like that, you would basically talk about the 4 Ps: price, promotion, product, and placement. How do you prepare for technical questions? Basically, you study for it. It's like school. You get some books, you get materials, and you buckle down and make sure that you can answer those specific questions. These are questions that have a right and wrong answer, okay? The third bucket of questions are behavioral questions, my favorite kind of questions. And so now these don't have a right or wrong answer. They are basically trying to get a sense of who you are, what your character is, what your personality is like, and the ways in which you might behave in certain situations at work. And the idea behind these questions is that there has been research that shows that the best predicator of future behavior is past behavior. Okay, so really what the interviewer is trying to figure out by asking some of these questions is, how would you behave in the new job, in the new team, given how you behaved in previous situations that are similar? So the format of these questions, and you've probably already seen some of these, is tell me about a time when you handled a difficult situation at work. Tell me about a time when you had a disagreement with a boss. Tell me about a time when you had to meet a goal to a tight deadline. Describe a situation where you had to make an unpopular decision, and how did you implement it? Give me an example of a time that you had to lead a team. Okay, so they're very much, they're asking you for a story, tell me about a time, give me an example, and they are very situational. If you noticed, it's always about some sort of thing like a conflict or a difficulty or leading a team or having some sort of goal and having to meet that in a particular set of time. So the way to answer these questions is to use a formula that I really like, situation, action, result, SAR. So describe the situation. Don't take too long to do that. Set it up as quickly as you can. Describe the actions that you took, and again, try and keep it to 3. I mean, you can talk about more if you like, but I really like the rule of 3. So you did 3 things, and be very definitive, A, B, C, and then finish up with the result that was accomplished. So the result should always tie back to whatever the behavioral issue they were setting up. So it should be that you resolved the problem, you resolved the conflict, you met the goal, so on and so forth. So remember again, they don't be thrown off. They're just trying to get to know you. There are no right or wrong answers, but having said that, there is a certain structure to these questions that they like to see, and they're expecting you to hit certain points. So make sure that you describe the situation, give 3 actions that you took, and then the result that you accomplished. All right, so hopefully that helps you out a little bit. Check us out on YouTube for some other videos that might help you. Thank you.